Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished Toastmasters. When I was about 15 months old, I was sitting at the dinner table with my mom, eating, and I'm sure something provoked this thought in my mind. I have no idea what it was, but I looked at her and I said, "Say wood." So she says word, and I thought for a second, and I said, "Okay, say wood, like the wood." And she says, "World." And I thought for a second, I kind of looked around, and I asked her, "Why does my wood sound like wood?" And so I was so frustrated, but she just corrected me, said I needed to pronounce my L's, and of course I fixed it. But from the very beginning, my parents and everybody around me could tell I was going to be somebody who loved learning. I was born and raised in Florida and started school at Heathrow Elementary, and I went on to attend Lake Murray High School, where I was very involved in cheerleading and part of a national champion dance team. We were national champions for the 4 years I competed with them, as well as the 3 years previous to that. So that was very exciting. And I graduated Lake Mary in 2007, but I still had no idea what I wanted to do as far as a career. So instead of going straight to college, I started working. And one of my first jobs was in College Park at the United Methodist Church's Child Development Center, and it was there that I realized my true passion, which is teaching. I usually tell people I want to be a teacher, and they cringe and they say, "Oh gosh, you're so brave." But I just think about the very first time that I realized the impact I could have on somebody by helping them learn. And I was at the Child Development Center in my classroom with all of the kids, and we were teaching them how to count. And one child, Tyler, just did not want to follow along at all. He would not go 1 to 10. He would not follow us. He would just shout whatever order he wanted, 6, 2, 1, 3, whatever he wanted. Until one day he got really frustrated. You could see it in his face, and he broke down crying, and he wouldn't say anything out loud, at least not during counting time, for about a week after that. And then one day he came in. Of course, myself and his other teacher kept encouraging him to try and trying to teach him. And one day he came in and we started to count with him, and he just counted 1 through 10 all by himself. So of course the work that we put in paid off, and his mother came in after spending the weekend with Tyler and his new skill and told us that he counted from 1 to 10 about 100 times over the weekend because he was so proud of himself. And it might seem like a small skill to master, but it was something that he needed a little bit of extra help with, and it's something that he'll know for the rest of his life, and I was able to help him learn how to do it. This is a picture of Tyler and I while I was at the Child Development Center. So my love of teaching continued to grow from there, and I decided I wanted to study elementary education. I started going to school at Daytona State College, and I'll be finishing my education at a program at UCF. While I was going to school, I started working at a group home for foster children through the Children's Home Society in DeLand. It was a job that I absolutely loved, and it constantly reassured me that I was pursuing what I love to do in getting my degree in elementary education. And it also made me realize that I have a passion for working with at-risk children who may not have all the same privileges and opportunities that most kids have. So I started to do research, and I found the TEACH program, which is a scholarship program that places education majors into a low-income school right after they graduate. And they're contracted at that school for 2 years. They need to teach there because a lot of times low-income schools with kids who may be considered at risk don't have many teachers who want to go work there. So there's a high need for quality teachers at these schools. So if you go and you complete your 2-year contract with this school, the program will pay off all your student loans and everything from your whole college career. If you don't, they don't pay. But it's a program that really encourages people who are passionate about teaching and helping children learn to go to these schools that have a really high need for teachers. I look forward to starting my career very soon, and I joined Toastmasters to improve my communication skills so I can better communicate with students and parents and other teachers, as well as improve my listening skills. I had amazing teachers throughout high school and college and elementary school, all my school years. I had amazing teachers that would just encourage me to follow my passion and keep learning in everything that I do. So if you all have a teacher who inspired you, or anybody in your life that inspired you, and you're able to get a hold of them to tell them how much you appreciate it, please do that, because those people live for knowing that they were able to make a difference in somebody. And thank you all very much for inviting me into your world.